Okay, this transmission is a verification of everything else I did. They say the time of man, of all of man, until the final seconds we will count down, is going to come in the golden years. The golden age is supposed to be 50. Okay? Gold was the bouillon. Bouillon, something that bubbles, that makes something else do and turns it into something good. So anyways, we have the golden age. Okay? We had the silent lamb who was kicked around, who ended up to be the black sheep of the family. Thus he never talked. Regarding that he never talks, it would be silent movies because it's silent, or Silence of the Lambs, or a lamb chop, or chop up the lamb because we have to sacrifice him, or we have to look at it another way. Silence, not Silence of the Lambs, and not the golden age, because silence is golden. So now that we know the quiet lamb, which was the son of man, has awakened, for verification, we must be into the golden age. So let us figure out how it works. Well, at the end of the closure of the communications on December 21st of 2012, I, the man of 4, who is man 6, will be 49 and almost a quarter, which makes me almost 50, making it the golden years, because I've already started my 50th year. And that means at the end of 2013, good luck from all the zeros is the end, and it is the recall time. Total recall. Well, they will replenish and refill the whole earth. And they have to clean up the mess. So they will tidy it up. So man has very little time left on earth. We have chance to come back, but we got to go on vacation in between, because God wants to put it in a different position, so he can set it up so we do it a little bit different, because our choices are going to be the same, but the pressures, all the oil pressures of the desires, because if you have a less of a pressure on one desire than another, your force will be in a different direction. Therefore, the directive might be more true. Thus, you will speak the truth to yourself, and your actions will be the truth. And if your actions are the truth, the reactions are usually good. Okay? Nothing is perfect. When you hit a balloon, it bounces back. But which way it bounces back to where? It didn't come from there anyways to start with. So how did it bounce it somewhere else it didn't know when it came from somewhere else? Bounce, bounce, bounce. What's going to happen to this world? I'm a little scared. But you know what? I was scared to die, and I'm awake, and I know the whole truth. I really shouldn't be scared of anything. Just ride it. And I know there's going to be some sort of beauty, because in order for me to know, it has to be beautiful. And it's all beautiful, and I'm happy. So how can I be scared? Because I was scared to get death. And why would he tell us? What is he going to say? Hey, man, you want a piece of cake? Doesn't matter. I'm not giving it to you. And he's not going to give us life and then say you're dying forever. Can't do that. He's a beautiful God. So he let us know before. Otherwise, he'd be teasing us, and it's not nice to tease. It's nice to please. Please and tease and teasan, teasing, teasan. The T of you and me, the crossroads of the E and the A. The EA games. E for the E-man, the A for the angel. The E and the A, they play together the game of earth. All together they play, but the final result is the choice. Who makes the choice? And it's man. Man makes the final choice, whether it's his choice or not, from the angel, of his decision, of the way people look at it, and what they decide is their decision. And once they decide and they take the 10 people up on the stand to judge, they call this the mignon, or the union of them, the 10 men who already sinned somewhere else, to judge me, because I sinned worse than them. But you know what? It's all right. There's no men that are not sinners, so I'm a sinner too. I've done all those things, whatever those things are. Anyways, I think I like this transmission. I don't like all my stuff I say. I know I make a lot of mistakes in certain places that people will catch me. So I'm going to have to say 30 hours or 60 hours of good work to put up with 2 guys who are going to tell me a comment. But it's those comments from people that don't know me will help to teach me to evolve the way I think, and I'll think different. and I'll always want to think different, and I'll always want to think for the better of the difference, and for the better of the better, and choose what's better for the better for everybody. But sometimes there's a conflict and a battle because there's so many people, and we grow and we grow and we become different. And that's what brings on the confrontation. And then we gain things, and the longer we live, we gain too much. And if you gain too much, you have more than another. And that's why man can't live too long. Because the minute he gets a little too much, he's got too much and he wants to fight with everybody for everything else. So, you know, man doesn't understand. So God let him live, what, 60, 80, 90 years. We're never going to live to 500. It's not set up to be it that way. It's not set up. It's just not. This is not. You want to go to another world, the I world, the E. Listen. A, E, I, O, and U. So that's a minimum of 5 worlds, okay? Now, we know the grid is 9, so that means we have to have 9 worlds. Now we have to duplicate the grid is 18 worlds, plus the worlds of the God's world is the 19th world, and the man's kind of world, which I think we already counted, but with the man, and the angel's world. So we must have at least 16 or 18 worlds, but you know what, if there is a blackjack and perfect man lived on one of the worlds, it must be the perfect world. So that means the perfect world would be something about 16 and 21. 21 times 21 is 21, 2, 4, hold on. 21, 1 times 21 is 21, and 2 times 21 is 42. You know what that comes out to, 21 times 21? 441. Man equals man makes one and all for one. 21 and 21, 441. 441. 1 for one and 1 for all. 441. That's what it's all about. 21 times 21 makes the complete cycle between the 9s of the 21 in the world that he lives, where the 3 7s total something. So we have to have some figure that equals to some other figure to equal a figure that brings on a thought. Something has to bring on something that brings on a thought. Because under the actual equation of the mathematics of 1 and 1 is 2, what actually are you adding up? Because if you have 2 of something that doesn't have any worth, you have nothing at all. So even if you reach 10, you haven't reached anything.